Okay, hey kids, we are now going to be talking about then and so, which tend to be two favorite words of this age, and we are going to talk about what to do. And primarily, my advice is going to be just get rid of them. Here's what I need for you to do in just a second. You're going to hit pause and you're going to get this sheet of paper over from in the basket and then glue it in your journal and get your writing utensils ready to go. Hit pause. All right, here we go. So we have then and so, and basically this is simply the overuse of then and so. You can see the fix on this is that you just get rid of it. Often at earlier years, we're taught to write the paragraphs, the first, next, then last, or first, then, next, so, or finally, or however it goes. And oftentimes you just don't need them. That being said, there are exceptions to that, but I want for you to be starting to pay attention to how often you are using these specific words if you're watching this video. So I have my highlighter ready to go, and we're going to read this amazing text, if I do say so, haha. And I am only going to be highlighting thens and so's, and that's it. And that's all we're going to do this first read through. Are you ready? All right, let's read. I heard a strange noise behind me, causing me to jump. Then, so there's a then, I turned around and saw a small ball of light floating toward me. Floating. So I ran into my room, slammed the door, and curled up on the corner of my bed. Then there was a tap, tap, tap at the door. Go away, I shouted. Should probably be an exclamation point there. Tap, tap, tap. Then the door quietly creaked open, revealing a human form draped with a black cloak. Then I saw the glowing eyes, green, piercing green. It was here for me. I just knew it was. So I forced myself to stand and address the creature, my hands shaking and my heart pounding. Then it opened its arms and I walked toward it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to take a look at all these thens and so's and see how many we can just, get rid of, because again, you can probably get rid of more, and it usually creates a totally different feel, especially in a narrative type text where you're telling a story. Thens and so's can kind of get a little bit redundant. If you open any book, you probably will see one or two maybe on a whole page, and here you can see that in 5, 6 sentences I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So almost every sentence that I have is starting with then or so. And I think you could hear as I was reading how it started to sound redundant or repetitive when I continued to say then. We didn't even realize, or you don't realize sometimes, that that's what's happening in your writing as well. So let's take a look here. I heard a strange noise behind me causing me to jump. If I just got rid of it, I turned around and saw a small ball of light floating toward me. I don't need it, so I'm just getting rid of it. Gone. Floating. So I ran into my room, slammed the door, and curled up on the corner of my bed. Now, so isn't necessarily incorrect here, but I feel like it's not really the best. I mean, of course I ran to my room and slammed the door because of what happened just before it, but I might change it to like scared I ran to my room. So that way, instead of just saying so, and then your reader has to infer that I was scared, I'm just going to tell my reader I was scared, and then I'm also eliminating a so, which is always great. Okay, on the corner of my bed. Then there was a tap, tap, tap at the door. I think I can get rid of it. Thens especially, we tend to overly use them. Go away, I shouted. Tap, tap, tap. Then the door quietly creaked open, revealing a human draped with a black cloak. So again, I don't think I need then the door open quietly, because it doesn't seem that it has any sort of mood to it. So instead, I think I'm going to say suddenly. So sometimes it's not just eliminating it completely, but is there another word I could use that would actually meet my purpose a little bit better? Okay. And if there is a word that does help you do your purpose better, then you can use that instead. Again, then and so, try to see if you can do something different or I don't want to say better, because sometimes there isn't better than just what you want to say. Okay, draped in a black cloak. Then I saw the glowing eyes, green, piercing green. You know, I actually don't mind that then there. It sounded like quite the incorrect sentence, but I think I'm going to leave that one. And since I've left this one, I don't know that I'm going to do any others. And I would see myself if I were retyping this and revising it, I'd probably put this part on its own line all by itself just to create that, to make it, I don't know, a little creepier. If I were to also enter it down, I may just get rid of then and just say, I probably would. I'd say, then I noticed the eyes, the glowing green eyes. Like, I feel like I'd even do some repetition in there. Because I think that it stops everything from being then until like, I was doing all this stuff, then I noticed this, and then it helps it stand out if it's just a single moment instead of all the way through your text. It was here for me. I just knew it was. So I forced myself to stand and address the creature, my hands shaking and my heart pounding. Again, if this is the only so that I decide to leave, I don't know if there's anything wrong with it. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't like starting sentences with so if I can at all help it. I just don't like the way it sounds more than anything else. So then it opened its arms and I walked toward it. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of this then here because I decided to keep that one. My hands shaking. I forced myself to stand and address the creature, my hands shaking and my heart pounding. It opened its arms and I walked toward it. I don't think I need the than. I actually think I used this punctuation incorrectly. I need a were in here, so I have two sentences on both sides, but that's okay. Look, we all make mistakes. So your job now is to recognize and own your love of then or so. And I want for you to open again to your writing journal, to any piece that you have worked on so far this year. And I want for you to see if you can find this trend in a page of your writing. Do this activity where you go highlight each then and each so that you have, even if the so's are in the middle of sentences. And then I want for you to go ahead and say, okay, do I need this? Or did I just put it here and I didn't even realize I was using all of these thens and so's, and so I can eliminate them? Because again, your ultimate goal is to not have that repetitive word choice unless it's intentional. And here it wasn't intentional. Well, it wasn't intentional in this writing. I was just saying it to get to the next point in the story. So go into your writing, circle the thens and so's, cover it up and ask yourself if I need it, or if there's a better word like scared or suddenly or out of nowhere, if there's something you can do that is not just then. If so's at the beginning of the sentence, I strongly encourage you to find a way to eliminate it. But again, I'm not queen of all of this either. So, all right, good luck. Bring it up to me and show me how you did when you're done. Talk to you soon.